mind, sports, and entertainment video or live stream. My name is Wood. Jump right into it, man. I haven't watched but one Washington football team this game this season. I think was that a win? I can't even remember. I'm not gonna get too detailed here, and no X's and O's and this and that, and it's just a disappointed fan, just speaking from the heart. I started this Washington in comparison. I started this this Dallas Cowboys video a couple of weeks ago, and I was traveling, and the system, the signal messed up the video, and I basically was going to get into the fact that, we sit here and we don't give the Dallas Cowboys a lot of credit for their front office management. And we don't talk about a general manager or a draft process or whatever. But if you look at the talent that they've amassed over the last 6 years, Dallas has just consistently sat here and taken pretty much the best player available and acquire some great talent. And we sit here now, and they're a Super Bowl contender. And sitting here, like I said, conversely, over in Washington, it just seems like we are constantly trying to make somebody else, make a player. We draft him with the intention of turning him into something else or playing him in another role. Even now here with a free agent, a couple of years ago, a free agent acquisition in Landon Collins, now we're converting him from a safety to a linebacker. Antonio Gibson was a wide receiver / running back who they're trying to make a running back, a full-time running back. McLaurin, this guy was expected to be a special teams guy. It's the only dude we've hit on. And which brings me to the point about him. Like, this brother is out here balling out with this, this solution, this temporary solution that we have at QB. And I wouldn't even hang around. Like, I'd be, peace. You got to go somewhere else. This team, for you not to be able to solve or fix the quarterback spot, I got to let my dog in. For you not to be able to address the quarterback position in today's NFL, it's the most critical point. It's the most critical position on the team. I don't even need anybody that watches the game for 2 weeks would know that. And, I'm now seeing the full impact of Dan Snyder messing around with the Haskins, pick and being all gung-ho on him and forcing him on to the front office and thereby forcing him on to the team and the coaching staff. But now we're dealing, with the impacts of that. And on top of that, not getting any value for that pick. And now you got all of these other guys, we're also sitting here with all of this youth, in the secondary. And, a lot of these teams, the passing game and the big passing plays and wide receiver ones and QB ones, with that being a focal point of scoring in the NFL, and to be a team with not a lot of money, a lot of great investment, a lot of great resources in that department, you're just not going to be able to compete week in and week out. A lot of teams have very little money paid towards these DBs and these cornerbacks. And that's how you're being attacked week in and week out, unless you're playing Tennessee. But then you got some little 5'9", 5'10", got 180, 190 pound guys trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Them dudes are just fodder for him as he's running through your secondary and whatnot. So, going into this season, man, I have been saying the last couple of years, I just wanted to have an identity on one side of the ball. Like, can we at least do that? And can we have something to root for on the team and to have some kind of identity? And now that we saw that there was glimpses of that last year with the defensive unit coming together, but now, here's three. Now this is five. It was 5 games, I believe, with the defense surrendering over 30 points or at 30 points. This week finally shows some signs in that a bona fide QB number one and a wide receiver number one in Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. They only had 14 or 17 points at halftime, and the game wasn't completely out of reach. So that was somewhat promising. But again, another season starting out in the first half of the season, 2-5, 2-6. For the last, I think going back to the RG3 and Kirk Cousins draft, every year 2-6, 1-7. Maybe 3-5 was the best. You already know. It's saying all this to say, man. It's like maybe Dan Snyder, there's nothing to force him out, and I don't know where the calls for these additions for the rest of these emails to be disclosed, and Congress trying to get involved. So maybe that could cause this situation to be revisited, and the heat could be back on Daniel Snyder's neck. But I just think until that guy is out of there, man, there's really nothing to get excited about. It just seems like he's got to go for the team to have any hopes at turning things around. And I know, I know this new group or this new trio that's in charge with the president, general manager, and I can't think of the third guy, what his role is. But I know with this new team in place, there was some optimism moving forward. But yeah, it just seems like Daniel Snyder has to go at some point. It just needs to happen. We'll see what happens with the rebranding of the team, with the new nickname coming in and whatnot. But again, and that's the thing, heading towards another draft, probably drafted in the top 5, top 7. I don't even know what the QB prospects are right now. It seems like we just missed a year with a host of guys to choose from, and like 5, 6, 7, 8, guys with some talent. Rough night for Justin Fields yesterday, though. Damn, rough night for him and Zach Wilson. So, like I said, I don't see any help on the way. But you hate to see a guy like Terry McLaurin. What up, man? Yeah, that's what you hate to see a guy like Terry McLaurin out there trying to ball, and the way that he came into being the player that he, having the effectiveness that he has, and you sitting up here like DeAndre Hopkins with, he mess around and stay in Washington, which, by the way, he's from Indianapolis, Latoris, but you mess around, man, and have 5, 10, 15, 20 quarterbacks in your life throwing you the ball if you mess around and stay in Washington. So I think this could be, he might have one more year with the team, but it's hard to even expect that cat to stay around. I'm sure, Chase Young was Terry the new Allen Robinson. Exactly. But yeah, you stay around with this guy. I mean, Chase Young was very complimentary of Taylor Heineke and was saying he was a baller and whatnot. And then, it's to the point where we see week to week, he just clearly doesn't have that pedigree. Like Latour said, this man out here putting people in harm's way, leading them into big shots and whatnot. Who knows what they do there? Gibson, I sat here and tried to be optimistic with these guys. I don't know if it's the scheme, the play calling, how they want to use them, but I'm sitting here with him every week, 15 carries, 55 yards, 60 yards. I don't see anything to really get excited about in him. Just, it's basically a waste of time. You know, the franchise is just, they stink. They do. You know, maybe there's some you know, maybe the defense can get itself together and there can be some kind of return to last year's form, but I don't see that really happening, to be honest with you. I think you know, the situation with the home team, I mean with the home crowds, the poor attendance, that's an issue. I would imagine this email thing continues to be a story in the background to some degree. Yeah, and I think, and that's the thing, man. This coaching staff, but that's the thing. If you have a QB1, he can halfway mask all these deficiencies. I don't know if Scott Turner is as trash as I would like to say he is, or if he just doesn't have the people, he just doesn't have the personnel running the play. But again, you know, Jack Del Rio, somebody has to go. At the end of the year, if you have a less than 500 record, a sub 500 record, somebody has to go. And to be honest with you, if I had my way about it, it would be Ron Rivera would be out of there. I like the guy, and I think, you know, it's definitely some kind of he's not an idiot. He knows what he's doing to a certain degree. But again, without you take away the 15-1 year with Cam Newton in his MVP season and the Super Bowl run, Samuels ain't been on the field. Ain't been on the field. But if you take away that 15-1 year, you know, Ron Rivera is right around being a 500 coach. So go get me this cat over in Cincinnati, whatever his Zach Taylor or something. You had McVay there. You had young Shanahan there on the staff. We went and got young Gruden, you know, and messed stuff up going in that direction. But go in there and get one of these young guys that bring something new to the table. You know, we're kind of in we're kind of at a stage in the league right now to where there's not a lot of those veteran head coaches running around. So, you know, it's not like you out here trying to bring in Phil Parcells or, you know, one of the old school names who made a few stops but has success. Holmgren. It's not like many of those guys are out there. So go find one of these young guys, get them in there, and at least have somebody over there that has some fire towards doing something and getting things turned around. But again, can't get that QB1 situation figured out. You're going to sit here and man, Josh McDaniels, I take him. To be honest, to be honest with you, he's having some success with Mac Jones. Maybe he know how to cheat, you know, and all that type of stuff. So he gotta be ready now. I don't know, man. Why not my man down in next to Coach Reed? I can't even think of his name. Not McGahee. Bieniemy. Little Bieniemy. I don't know, man, but it you know, the season is pretty much a wash. Damn, can you draft? You know, you look at Khalid Hudson. That's another guy they drafted. He's a tweener. You know, I don't really know what they're gonna use him for. Just draft people who are going to play in the spot that you draft them to be. Quit trying to convert everybody and we're going to make him into this and we're going to turn him into this. Just, if he was a left tackle in college, let him be a left tackle in the pros. If he was a right guard in college, let him be a right guard in the pros. Like, all this, we're going to draft him and make him into this. Like I said, in the rivalry, which won't be much of a rivalry this year, the Cowboys sitting here drafting, they're in the perfect spot to take Ezekiel Elliott. They get Ezekiel Elliott. This year, Trayvon Diggs is on the board. You just take it. Ain't even, you don't need, these picks are picking themselves. The only one you might have been a little concerned with was Van Der Esch or whatever, coming from a smaller school and whatnot. I know Parsons, they moved him around to the edge and then back at linebacker from time to time. But you know, you get your franchise quarterback in Dak Prescott, you get him in the 4th round, 3rd round. Like, I'm almost a Cowboys fan at this point. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it, but you sit here and watch ineptitude in the front office, misfortune, bad luck, whatever you want to chop it up to. Hell, at some point in time, I don't even know, can we do this? I don't know if Latours is still on there, but as a grown man, I guess that would be my question as I get ready to get off of here. As a grown man, can you actually quit rooting for the team that you've rooted for 20, 25 years, 30 years? Can you actually just say, I'm done with that team and go get you a new team in the same sport? I don't know if you can really do that. In my heart of hearts, I think I'm going to always keep an eye on what's going on in Washington, but I'm damn near a Dallas Cowboys fan at this point. I'm putting that on video. I haven't even watched much. I'm actually using one of my wife's tactics right now when it comes to sports. I'm not watching the Michigan Wolverines games because I feel like as soon as I start watching them, they'll start losing. So I know they have a big game this weekend with Sparty, and I might sit it out. I just catch the update after the game and hope for the best. What's up, Corey? Yeah, man, I'm sitting on here just talking through this BS that I see in the nation's capital, man. He said, hang in there, LeBron. Hey, man, I gotta go with the winners, man. You know, I'm in my mid-40s, man. I need to find a way to cut the corner and support some winners, man. I can't keep sitting here with these inept teams, man. I need something to do on the weekend, or I gotta go find something better to do with my time. But now, Corey, I was talking about, man, it might be time for Scary Terry to move on, man. I mean, I think they might have him for one more year, but if they can, if he can move on, like, you can't put no bag in front of me to make me stay. I'm gone, man. I didn't. It was great. You know, it was great to be believed in and to come here and become what I became. But I got to go play with somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. Like, life, you only got 3.5 years in the NFL, you know. So I gave you my first contract. Now I gotta go play for me now. So you can get to Arizona. Hell, get to Green Bay for one, you know, very quickly. You gotta go where you can, you get to San Diego. You got to go to one of these places where you can go and shine and get a chance at the postseason and do what you got to do. I wouldn't even be mad at the brother. Anyway, that's it, man. Let me get on off of here. Enjoy the rest of your sports week. I'm just on here just sharing my misery, you know, in the best way that I can, and just coming to grips that I just follow a trash team. Another halfway point of an NFL season, I can see that. But like I always say, you got to find a QB. That's the thing, man. You know what we talked about all offseason was we just trying to, right now, we were trying to audition to bring in one of the big guns that might be available next year. The Jags. We were trying to audition and make ourselves look like a great location, a great situation for a disgruntled QB1 out there somewhere. We don't look like that. I can't point to none of the. All you can point to on the offensive side, well, we can't even get a tight end. It was tight end day yesterday. We don't even have a tight end to boast about. We got a part of a running back. You got we don't even have a wide receiver number 2. You see all kind of slot receivers out across the league doing, you know, playing their role. We don't have a slot receiver. I just don't know how you just draft year after year after year after year, and then you go put the product on the field on Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays, and we don't have none of the pieces. We don't have none of the pieces. It's like we on a chessboard with a bunch of circular discs to move around. And it don't even work. It don't even work. Anyway, let me get out of here, man. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.